my name is Terry and welcome to our first video in our Christmas Quickie. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make two or 3 hour videos and put them up on a Saturday and Sunday in the first week of December. That way you can make a quick little flip book, and I guess that helps. Flip book. And send it off in the mail. So now this is a kit by Chapter 1, and I do not remember the name of the kit, but it's all collage pages. Go through them real quick. So there's no actual, I printed them all on the back the same. I'm kind of regretting that now, but that's why I decided to do a flip book and not a regular book. But they're all what I would call collage pages or horizontal pages. You know, we can cut them in half. And this is the front one, front version of this one, so it's going to be the same on both sides. Anyway, so there's quite a few pages. Plenty for what we'll need. I like this one, it's pretty. And there's a ton of ephemera. And when I say a ton, I mean a ton. I have, I think, 4 pages left. There's this one large page that isn't full size, and it's the Christmas music. I wanted to use it on the front page, and I think I might still do that and just put a piece behind it. Then this is a bunch of the ephemera that I have cut out, and I have tons of this to use as small cards or glued to the page as accent pieces. There's a bunch of larger pieces in here. There's some large tags and a couple of postcards. And more tags. Cards. Another great big giant card. And there's a couple of border pieces. Another card. And an envelope. Now there's a few more pages left. There's another envelope, and I believe it's solid, colored burgundy maybe. I'm not sure. Or a burgundy with a small pattern on it. And then there's more of the cards. There's a couple more of the smaller items. So we got some words, and we've got some smaller accent pieces. Okay, this is my little sorting system that I use, and this is how I work. And it makes it much easier for me to find everything. So now we're going to be using legal sized envelopes because that's all I've got, because these are not big enough. These are some leftovers that I had from other projects. They're the right shape, but they're not the right width for what we want. I want 5 3/4, and then I want 8 3/4. Okay, so let's get out some fresh folders. These are legal size, so we should be able to get 2 out of each one. So the reason I'm saying 5 3/4 is when we cut them in half, we're going to have 5 1/2, and then we need an 1/8 on either side. So that's going to be 5 3/4, and then 8 1/2, and then the same thing as another quarter is going to be 8 3/4. So we need 5 3/4 by 8 3/4, and you want to make sure that you cut it so that you still have the flip part. So you're going to probably lose your tab, which is fine. You don't really need tabs sticking out the bottom on this project. So we're going to go 5 3/4. Oops, let me open up my... Of course, 5 3/4 is right in that area that we don't know exactly what is where. Maybe it's right there. Okay, and another one. So I've got these two and this piece. Save this piece, you never know. So that's the width. So let's do the height. 8 3/4. I try to do both at once. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. I don't know how come I got caught right there at the very end, but it did. So there's 2, and I'm not really sure if we're going to need 4 or if we're going to need 6. Quarters. Now there will be pauses in here because I'm not going to make you sit through me inking. So it is going to take you longer than the time that we have set aside to do this, because we will be taking breaks for me to do the monotonous things that just take up time that you don't have to watch me do. Okay? So, but we're going to do what we need to do on camera. Yeah, we are going to have a little bit of a tab. That means this page is going to be shorter. We could make one of these the front, and then this music piece would fit, wouldn't it? Looks like it's going to fit anyway. Oh yeah, that can be the cover. Okay, now let's see. We're going to glue. Two, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 2 folders, and 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces is all we're going to need. Okay, let's make sure everybody's even. Everybody's about even. Everybody looks even. Okay, so now I'm going to put you on pause, and then I'm going to ink this, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to use vintage photo. That way we'll see it nice and good on the manila folder. I might use, what's that other color? Brushed corduroy? No, gathered twigs. I think that's going to be too dark, and I think brushed corduroy is going to be too light against this, even though it would match this much better. So let's go with the vintage photo, as usual. the good standard color. And now you're going to ink everything. Even though we're going to be gluing them together, we're going to make pockets, and you want to be able to see in the pocket and see that it's been inked, because you will definitely see inside. We're going to be cutting thumb holes, and some of them we're going to have tabs. In fact, most of them will have tabs. We may not do thumb holes now that I think about it. And so you want to make sure that everything is inked around the edges. Do your tops, all three sides. On the inside, do everything, and then do your center line. And then on the back, of course, you're going to do all the way around all four edges. And you're going to do that on all four of the pieces. Okay? All right, I'll see you back here in just a minute, and we'll have everything inked, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, we're back. I hope you guys are ready. So I cut all the papers in half, except for Jingle Bells and the Christmas list. Now, we're going to make custom pages out of this. Yeah, so we're going to set those to the side. We're going to set these to the side. I've already got pages 1, 2, and 3 set aside, the papers. So now the first thing we have to do is glue our flip book together. Now this is going to be the cover, and we're going to have a tie on either side. So on the back, we're going to have a tie on either side as well, so that we can tie it shut. Okay? So that means we'll have to have a tie, and we're going to use this white ribbon. I got a really good deal on it. I had no idea this was going to be this big. I got it on Amazon. And if you want a little tip, if you cut these little slices at the approximately, 3, 6, 9, and 12, then you can run your ribbon through it just about anywhere it ends or comes close to ending, and then you'll have it caught and it won't all come unwound. Okay? And then this is the lace I've chosen to use where we need lace on the inside. And then we're also going to use my favorite paper ribbon. Let me see if I can show that to you. It looks like lace, but it's not. It's made out of paper. You can usually find it in with the ribbon section, but you can also find it usually in the wedding section or the floral section, because on Amazon, because they use that to wrap bouquets like that brides carry and bridesmaids and things like that. I've also got some tabs that I cut. We're going to be using those because we're not going to be using thumb holes on our pockets. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, oh, and I inked everything. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to glue the cover to the next section. Okay, and we're going to make a pocket facing this way. So we're going to just glue these 3 sides. Oops. And then that will give us a pocket that's this big. So we want to put this onto this, and we want it to line up. I put all of the you want to make sure it lines up. I put all of the ridges for the expansion lines on the front. It doesn't make a difference. I just did it for reference. Okay, so now we put What in the world is going on? Okay, so then we're going to take number 3, page 3. We're going to glue it to here, and we're going to glue it so it has a pocket on this side. So we're going to do the exact opposite. I'm going to glue it with the open side on the right. Okay. And then once again, we're going to do this one with the open side to the left. That way the pockets will be on opposite sides. We're not going to put the tabs in the center. We're going to alternate them up and down just a little bit. And then when it comes up with our back is on the back. And then we'll use a piece of lace at the top, a piece of this lace at the top, and we'll wrap it around, and that will cover our places where it's attached. Okay? So now we're going to turn it over. And this is going to be our cover. Let's put our ties on before we forget. It's hooked to the center, so and I'm going to make it extra long. Doesn't look exactly in the center, does it? Let's put it up here a little bit. Don't put the glue all the way to the edge. And put the ribbon in the glue. We're going to put a little piece of tape on there to hold it till the glue dries. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Whoops, let's cut it, I guess. I'm going to make it extra long. Which it might not be by the time we fill this up and then try to tie it. And then we're going to put the ribbon on the, on the other side. And we'll go straight across. Now you can wait and do the two covers last. And then you don't have the ties in your way. I think it's there. So I think glue was too low. Make sure your tape doesn't stick out. And we'll cut this side. And then we'll flip it over. I'm going to do the back so we don't forget. I'm just going to do it even with the one you've already got on the front. I'm going to put the ribbon on. Then we'll bring it out. We'll make it even with this one. And cut it at an angle just in case this is the length we leave it. And we're going to do it one more time. This is the only way I know of to not forget. Otherwise, I have been known to forget to put the tie on. So we've got those on. Got a full glass of pop here. So I'm really thirsty. Okay, now we're going to set this to the side. We numbered page 1, the cover, because, well, I just did it by accident instead of just labeling it cover. This is the paper, and I've inked it. Then we're going to take this paper, and this was going to be the cover, and then I changed my mind. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to score it. I'm trying to think if I want it at 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 an inch. 1/2 an inch would be pretty. So let's score it at 1/2 inch. My scoreboard is my old Fisker's paper trimmer. It's the one that comes with or you can buy a score tool and a blade together in a set. And I highly recommend you do that. Then when you're done using it, you can switch them out while you're using it. Okay, like so. Or you can leave this dedicated as a scoreboard, and it's excellent. It's got the lines, as you know, and it folds out all the way to 12 inches. And I'll turn this upside down so we're scoring on the right side. Let's do 1/2 an inch. And this is the kind with the wire in the center to guide you, guide wire. We're going to have to ink part of it again. So we're going to ink over here. And I'm making it kind of vintage. So I'm inking the corners a little darker. Thought I did. Oh, this is a new corner. And then I'm going to ink this side because this is going to show. This won't, but the edge will. Okay. Now this already has a back that you can write on. Oh, I didn't realize it was the same as this. Yeah, that won't work. Yeah, I don't like it. Let's use this. So let's ink this. Sorry about that, I wasn't paying attention. So hopefully we'll be able to get this done in the amount of time we've set aside. We may not get ephemera on all the pages. We're going to put our magnet on. We'll hold it shut so it doesn't flop around. We're going to take this and take a piece of this. Alright, making sure this is right side up. Glue the Merry Christmas to it. And I've already inked both of them. This is going to cover the Merry Christmas that was on there because it was in with the, or it just says Christmas, and it was in with all that snow and you couldn't really see it. I thought we could use some ephemera on the front. We'll take this. This is too big. And we'll glue it here. And we'll put enough glue on here that it will stick to the page. And don't forget to put some glue on this. I was thinking, that's why I made it longer. I was thinking I was going to put it behind the whole thing. Should I? Cut it over here instead. That looks better. Put some more glue on here. I forgot about the glue that was already on there. Now remember, this lifts up. And then we can still see the last. Let's do it so we can make sure we can see this last sentence here. Okay. On the inside, make a big pocket, runs down the side, so I think we're going to make it as wide as this, so we have the jingle bells, to make a tuck out of it. We could even make a belly band out of it, couldn't we? That would look nice. Let's do that. Let's ink it. The back of this doesn't look inked to me. It's not, it wasn't. And then I'll put the card in. So it is going to be a little bit longer. Remember, you're going to have to cut the pages. I mean oh, well, we did that on camera, so that would be included in the time. You cut these papers. I mean the manila folder. Make sure you're putting it on right side up. We use this line as a guide so we know that we've put it on straight. But it's not in the middle. There we go. Take this magnet. I didn't ink the ephemera because I wasn't sure what we would use, and I wasn't going to sit and ink all of that ephemera and then not use it. I like this bigger oval because it's better to cover it with. Because it's so big and the magnet is kind of a lump. So let's get this on here. I just put the fan away in here, and now it is so warm. I couldn't turn the fan on, but I'm going to pause it a few times during here. My hands are kind of hurting today. We've got our ribbons. I'm going to put this in the center. And that's going to be our cover. Okay, on our page 2, it's going to be pretty easy. This is going to be our paper, and then since it's going to be upside down, I think we're going to need something pretty stable to hold in our card. So I'm going to make a pocket, and let's see, how do I want to do it? I'd like to try to have these show. So we'll cut it here. Then we will let's cut the height. Because I want it to go this way. I want it to go like this, and then down, and then like this. So to do that, we're going to need it to go to here, but we want to get the bottom measurement. Which is here. And it's 5.5 inches, yeah, 5.5 inches wide. So let's go in 2.5. And on this one, we'll go down. Oops. Go down this far. And then we'll go up. And then we'll go over. So that will give us our stair step. And hopefully It's going to be a little wide at the bottom. Okay, so now I think we should go over a little bit. Let's see how we're doing. Our stair step is too wide. Well, we're just going to have to go with that. And then we're going to erase any pencil marks. Then we're going to ink it. And what I originally had marked for page 2 wouldn't have worked being at the top of, of a page. Or on a top page, I guess is how I want to say that. Because I had to put my sinus medicine in. My sinuses were so backed up. I've had high pollen here the last few days in the Seattle area. Today is 18th, I think. Believe it or not, of November. And we're not going to do any of the other stair step side. We're going to leave it open. We're going to glue this really well. That way it'll be easier for us to put a card in, because it will be more of a tuck than a pocket. Okay, so that's going to be like that. And then we will take this blue ho ho ho, or we could take this Or no, I don't want to do that matchy match. That's too much. You know what we could do? I was thinking we could put a second tuck on. You know, cut that out. Or no, that makes it too busy, I think. Oh, my ears just plugged up. like I was on a plane. My scan and cut kind of ate this up a little bit. In fact, there was more to it. Let's see. And this actually says yo ho ho. So it's almost like a pirate. You know what? Let me. Okay. Now we gotta put something down here. You know, maybe I could take one of these. That's way too big. I have all this ephemera. And these are all the bigger ones. And I was thinking to match that, maybe we could put something like this on. And put it on. You can put that on right there as a pocket. I've been watching this show, Yellow Jackets. So weird. I mean, it goes back and forth from present day to the past when the girls were teenagers and they had a plane crash. They were all on a soccer team. And they had a plane crash in the woods, kind of in the mountains. And, let's see. Should I put this on as a tuck or a pocket? A pocket. And then it goes on to show, it jumps back and forth between present day and when they were high school aged. It's a really good show. I've been just sitting watching it like a crazy person. Then we'll take should we take another one of the tags and put it in? No. This is too big. I don't think I have anything in between. Well, maybe this is. Ink, ink, ink. We'll take and I'll put you on pause real quick because it's going to be an hour. Like to get more than 2 pages an hour. But we'll have to see. And then I can plan a couple more pages. We'll do 4, 5, and 6 maybe. And then take another break from that. But doing the ephemera at the same time makes it take a little bit longer. Gee whiz. And that's what we're, gonna do. Let's glue this in, for goodness sakes. Get that on there. Anyway, there's only 9 episodes in the 2nd season, so I'm thinking that when I get done with the first season, which I'm on 10 right now, then once I get to 9 on the next one, the next season, season 2, then I'm going to, now remember, we're going to have a tag for here. I'll do that during break. And then we need a tag for here, and then this will be a writing area. Okay, so I'm going to put you on hold. We're going to take a quick break so that I can get up and walk around for a minute. And then we will be right back, and we will continue on with pages 3, 4, 5 at least. And I think we'll try to get that done in the next 2 hours. We're going to have, let's see, 3. Isn't this supposed to be glued? Okay, that's glued as a pocket. This is bizarre. Because it shouldn't be, it should be a pocket here. Oh, there is. There's a pocket there. Alright. So this is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the back cover. Okay, so we have to get at least 5 done in this first video. I've got 3 all set aside, all the papers and everything. So I'll figure out 4 and 5 and get up and walk around for a minute, and then I'll be right back and we'll keep right on going. Alrighty, so I'm back from break and it's now 11 o'clock at night. I took a nap. So, we're going to do page 3. Now, all the odd pages are going to have pockets. So, page 3, I made a card. And, oh, I got to round the corners and ink it. Anyway. So, this is the trick with these. They're kind of iffy to pull in and out. But if you kind of lift it up, then it will go in and out, she says confidently. Yeah, there we go. Now the trick is to put the card like this far out and line it up. And then look where the ribbon is. And then put the tab right next to it. You don't want the tab to be in the way of the ribbon. Okay? Now I was going to put a white tab on because we have a white ribbon, but it just didn't look right with the manila folder. Then I was going to put a cream colored one on without inking it, and that didn't look right either because the cream is a different color than the manila as well. So I took the cream colored tab and I inked it a little bit, and then I put it on. So, see, they go right back in. So we're on page 3, and here's everything for page 3. Now, most of the time, your pages are going to have like a pocket or something at the top and whatever kind of a little fancier page or whatever on the bottom. I mean, that's not always the case, but it is helpful because a lot of times if you flip it up, you know, you don't want everything to fall out. Now, the only other thing you can do is use magnets. Okay, so just so you know. Okay, so now this is page 3. And this is the paper that we're going to use. And then we're going to yeah, and then this is going to be the front. We're going to put on a flap, and this is going to be the front of the flap. Okay, and we want to make sure if there's a direction to the page, which this one isn't. At first I thought there was, but these little berries go up and then the berries go down, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to set these right here. We're going to take this and we're going to glue it to the page. Now, we're going to, you know what, it would be easier, let me do this part first. We're going to glue this part right here. I inked it, but I didn't need to. We're going to glue this part right here to this page right here. I've been having trouble with my glue. I let it sit on its side because I thought that would be nifty and smart. But then it just kind of dried inside of here instead of it all running back down. Okay. So let's glue this to this. And that makes this open here instead of just flipping up. I think we could use a little more. Now you could paper this if you want, this little part up here. And I might come back and put lace on it. Not sure. I'm sure I have some lace that wide. So now we're going to take this and we're going to glue it to the paper. And I trimmed it so that it was shorter. You know what we could do if we wanted to be smarty pants is we could glue this on as a pocket. Let's. So we're just going to glue the top and the bottom of this. Okay, so we're going to glue the top. And it doesn't matter about kind of, we can go down farther on the top because of that flap. And the bottom. And you see I had written to glue on all 4 sides. Okay. So then we're going to take this and put it on the front of here. And we have to leave our little border. So we're going to leave a little space when we cut it. That's going to be cute. Okay, so let's ink this up. Seems kind of weird to be inking this with the brown. I'm looking at it and I'm going, no! So I've got a card for the cover to make, and I've got a card for page 1 that I need to make. I already made the card for page 3, but now I'm going to need another card to go along inside. The pocket that we just made. Smaller pocket. I have my new pajamas on. I've had them on for about 2 hours and I almost got glue on them. Okay, so got that on there. I guess you know what's going to happen again. We're going to do the top. And this is going to be light enough that we can write on it. So we're going to turn around and do it again. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do on page 5. So we'll do 3 and 4 and then we will make the card. I'm going to need a card for page 4 as well. And we're going to need to do something on here, small pocket or something. Oh, I did it backwards. This is the side that's light enough to write on. So I just inked the wrong side. Well, at least we know it's all inked. And the trick is waiting for that second air bubble to come up, which is the air out of the tip. Okay, and this says, "'Twas the night before Christmas." So I'm going to put it on so that the words, the top of the words are this way. Okay. Looks like I need to ink it right there. And remember, it doesn't matter about this because we're going to paper it, and it's going to need to have been inked as well. It's still, no, it's straight. And then this is going to go on the bottom. Oh, wait. It's the same. Let's find something else. That's too much. About this. Could use the opposite of that, which is this? Have we used this? Why does this look so familiar? Stripes. Didn't use it there. Okay. So we'll use it here. Because that way we've got this and this. This and that. And then we've got this one. A little repetition going on, but that's the way it is. So we have to decide what we're going to put at the bottom. If we put a pocket, the card is going to be really narrow. It'll be like a bookmark, which is no biggie. But we could put a long, skinny, let's see, oh, that's a stair step pocket. We could put a long, skinny, I was thinking belly band. So the only problem is that's what we're going to do on the flip up on the next page, is put a long belly band. But we could put well, oh, and you know what I did? I looked right at it and forgot to do it. See if I have enough time to take it off. See that little circle right there? What do you think is supposed to go right there? This is probably going to be the last project I'm going to be able to do with these magnets, and I'm going to have to order some more. So we'll just glue this back down. Here we go. Crisis averted. It's the matching magnet to hold it shut. Okay, now I think we might put a piece of lace on there. What about this? That would look nice. How bad would it be when we flip it up? This is very thin lace. Yeah, it'll fold right up. So, the other lace that we're going to use is too wide. To put here. It's an inch wide. You see, it's way too wide. We're going to put a little extra glue along the bottom because that's the part that's going to get kind of folded up when we flip it up. Okay. And then with it inked underneath, it isn't so bright white. So now let's do something down here. We could, we've got all this ephemera. In fact, this is a booklet. What if we put it right here? Because it matches this. Oh, because there's a big notch out of it right there. Gosh darn it. That would have been perfect. Well, I'm going to print out another one because that's perfect for right there. I'm going to print out another one and we'll put it right in here. The only other thing I could do is put a tab or something, but then that's going to cover this up. So wonder if we can fix it with this. This is my decollage trimmer. So if we made it look like that all the way, oh yeah, that'll work. That was a little too close to the edge. That's why it frayed so much. There we go. That fixed it. So sometimes you just have to sit and think about something for a minute. Came awfully close to the S on greetings. It's alright though, because this swirly part of this here is right next to the edge. Oh, we didn't have to ink that. As we're going to be gluing it down. Oh, I forgot. I think we're going to glue it right across the top. Yeah, it fits right in between those two rows. So we're going to glue this. Goodness. Okay, we're going to take this. Okay. Now we're not gonna put a magnet or anything here. I'm wondering. I think that's okay. If I get real irritated with it, which I'm kind of getting irritated with it. And just put a little dot there. And I can call this a Velcro dot because it is the Velcro brand. That will hold it down. Could have used half a dot, to tell you the truth. I meant to put the fuzzy part on this side. Oh well. We'll live. Okay. So then we need to, let's make the card. If we make the card that, we should make the card this. Don't think I have any more. I should have one more of those. Let's do that. Okay, let's do the width, which we may not have to do anything because it's the width of the page. I think I'm going to trim it just a little bit. We'll trim it on the side that's already got the, how big would it be? You know what? I think I'm going to cut it so that there's no partial squares. Like that. Mm-hmm. And now we have more inking to do. I can hear Margaritaville in the background. I have the radio on super low. He just passed recently. Put that in like that. That was such a good idea we had. You guys are so smart. Okay. We've got that. And then we need something for here. There's no way to put anything on there. You know, It's going to kind of permanently curl up. Kind of should have thought about that. And then we have these small tickets. I think all I have down here is bigger stuff. These little postcards. I think maybe yeah, we can put this on here. And then we need some of this. Decorate it up in a different color. There's a little bit of this color here. Okay. Seems like I'm putting a ton of glue on here, but the glue's just not coming out very well. Again. What if we put it this way? I think we need one that doesn't. Oh, we can use this one. Little pieces of foam flying everywhere. You have to be careful with that because it's got ink all over it. So you don't want to get too much of it flying around because it'll smear. This is a little crooked. Okay. Need something for up here. I don't want to put it in the center. I don't want to make it look like I'm hiding a magnet. So we'll put it up here in the corner. This stuff is hard to find, so I'm trying to not cut very much extra. For goodness sakes, the little decal edge of this stamp is getting caught on the paper. And I've already inked this. Did I do it just now? I don't even remember. Okay. So after page 4, then we'll take another pause, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do on page 5. I don't know why I can't decide what I want to do. What if I put this at an angle? It's stamped like a little postcard, but this is very uneven. Just stuck my finger right in all that glue. Put that there, and we'll still have all that writing area. It slid on my white stuff right there. Little piece of glue stuck on. Okay. So we'll call that one done. Sorry, I'm not talking very much. I should be chattering, I guess. Most people do. But I haven't been planning ahead of time. I haven't been writing things down step by step in PDFs anymore. So it's been where I'm kind of concentrating on what I'm doing and what I'm, thinking and changing and doing, and then I forget to talk to you guys. Oh, this one says Merry Christmas and that one says Merry Christmas. Gosh darn it. And I didn't put that stuff behind it. That's all right. So that looks good, I think. It looks like a regular belly band, and then you lift it up, and you've got the writing area, and then the little card. I think that works out well. And then you've got the big card. Okay, so now on to page 4. And this one's going to be quite simple. Haha. So we've got a piece of acetate, which I think I'm going to cut a different one. I think I'm going to make the acetate wider. And that one's not long enough. I'm going to have to cut it off this big long one. And we're just going to put an acetate pocket on, or belly band on with some lace, or some of the paper stuff and some lace. And so that's why I want to make this as wide as this. I want to make the belly band as wide as that. So this is our card. And this is our paper. And I've already inked it. So let's get the height. What am I looking for here? Oh, my Sharpie, which is across the room. See if this still writes. Go get my Sharpie because, you know, we have nothing but time. This marker is for writing on CDs, which is just a Sharpie, but I've had it for so many years you would not believe. And I don't know, if I told you at least 20, would you believe me? It is true. And then we'll use the paper lace. Isn't that a song? Phil Collins. Okay, so now let's use, I'm leaving this paper here because it's kind of easier to see the not really sure why I did that. because it's going to give us a little black dot. So I'm going to make it just a smidge narrower than what I had planned so that there's no black dot. Okay, now we can move this out of the way. We're going to glue this on here first. Wow, that's too long. That's right. So we're gonna I'm starting to craft like other people, right, where you have the big mess. I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna happen. Why did I flip that over? Did you see me flip it over like I was gluing the back of a piece of paper? You know what I was going to do? I was going to move it over so we can see more of the flowers. Let's go just a little bit more. Now we want to make sure it's straight because we'll be able to tell when we put this on. So we're going to cover this with that. Then I was thinking we would put a piece of lace down the middle of that. So we're going to put enough to hold it down because, as you can see, since it was on a roll, it's going to want to curl up, so we can't just glue the edges. Well, I guess we could. So we're going to be gluing the lace on. And that glue will go through. And I cut this a little long on purpose, because I want it to go to the edge of the paper. There we go. I'll do the same with the lace. I have a magnet stuck on my light. My light's metal. You know what we need? We need a ribbon. I'll have to look around and see. The white ribbon's just not going to cut it. We need a color. I've got a cream colored one. I think that'll be enough color. Wish I had a burgundy. Or a darker piece of lace for here. Let's see. What about this? Is pretty. I think I like that. I was thinking maybe we'll put coffee dyed lace down and then the cream ribbon, which we still could do. This lace is getting lost. I'll use the same lace. Let's see what this looks like. Yep, I can live with that. And then we'll still put a piece of this on there. This was gifted to me, and never had a chance to use it. Okay, so we're going to put some glue down the center. Now I coffee dyed this by putting it in my coffee cup, in my leftover coffee. I had drank some coffee, and then I, with creamer in it, and then I had some left in the cup, and I was like, Now we don't want the edges of this to curl up. I'm almost tempted to run a little bit of glue. I think it's going to be fine. Okay. I have to reach up there and get my scissors again. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, we're going to have to be careful with this. It's going to unravel. Okay, so we'll put the glue up the center again. And this wants to flip. Okay, now that's starting to come apart already. So we're going to put extra glue right here. We're going to stick this down in it so it can't move. That way it can't unravel. It's all glued down. We're going to do the same thing up here. Okay. And then all we need is a card for that. And then I'll make that off camera. We just made a card for a belly band, so there's no reason to take up time making another card. So you have to figure that into your time calculation. But we literally need to fit this in on a Saturday and a Sunday. So okay, so that's going to look like that. And we're not going to close that until that big blob of glue is dry. Okay, I'm going to put you on pause while I figure out what to do for page 5 and get the materials together, and then we'll start up and we'll finish page 5, and then that will be all for today. Okay, we're back from break, and I figured out what we want to do with page 5. I wanted to get the jingle bells in, and so I figured we'll put it in the center. Then we're going to take this and we're going to make a flip down, but we're going to make it shorter, and we're going to hold it on with one of these little spinners, which is an arrow. So the first thing we want to do is cut this down. We're only going to get the middle of the song, the middle this way. So what we want to do is we'll just take this and we'll use it. We know that Jingle Bells is in the center. So we'll put this in the center. I'm going to use it as a guide. So we want to make it this long. And we also want to cut it here. And we want to cut it here. And that'll give us our width in the center. Okay, so let's cut the length off first. And we'll cut the sides off. Then we should have a paper the same size. Whoops. Now what did I do with the one? Oh yeah, it was this one because it's got the musical notes on it. Now these two should be the same size. And they are. So now let's ink this page. Excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat all of a sudden. My sinuses have really been draining this morning, so yeah, that cough made my nose start running. Okay, now on this, we're going to cut a 1/2 inch off, and then we're going to, if we do a flip down though, it's going to be right in the middle of the word Jingle Bells. And we've already done a flip out on the cover. Let's see. No, it won't. I guess we're going to put it down this far. And then it'll be right here underneath. Okay. So, let's make a mark. In fact, we can put it down a little bit further so we can see the flowers. Put it right there. Put her there. Okay, this is our mark. Alright, I'm going to put you on hold for just 1 second and blow my nose. Okay, now we're going to take our scoreboard. I'm going to score it right here. Okay, so we've scored it right there, and that's a lot to fold under, so I'm just going to cut off some random amount. About a 1/2 inch. So now we need to fold this. And then we'll need to ink it. Did you see me try to put the dauber in the spinners? I will ink anything, won't I? Okay, so now we're going to take this and we're going to glue it on here. Letting the glue run down. It's a little chilly in here, not bad. Okay, now we're going to mark where we want to put our spinner. Now, we're not going to put a very big one, we don't need to. That's the brad, and that's the spinner. So now all we need to do is figure out where we want to put this. And the easiest way for me is to put it where we want it in the center, which I believe is under the letter E. And then we want it to close. So let's make our hole right there where that note is. And let's use the smaller of the two holes. And put it right there. We'll put the brad and the spinner in. Did I ink the back of this? No, I did not. Put this through the hole in the middle of the arrow. I have glue all over my fingers, so just ignore that. Put that through the hole, which the hole is a little big. I should have used my little tiny one, but we can push it down, make it flatter. And then let's tape it. And that will help hold it in place so it doesn't spin around with our spinner. Okay. Now all we have to do is put stuff on it. I'm wondering, so we're going to need something big. This one has writing on it, so I kind of like that. So I think we'll use that. Let's see if we have any words. No, if we put a word, that's a word. Let's just put that on there. This is almost bigger than my stuff. It is bigger than my stuff. Okay. I'm listening to Born to Be Wild now. Only need to go around the edge of this. Let's see, do we want to put it down here or down here? Or down here? Up here. Let's be a little unconventional. And since it's the only thing we're going to put on the page, I want to put it dead center, but I don't want to put it in the bottom either. See, I didn't put enough on here to slide it, or didn't I? Oh, it's just sliding the whole thing. It's a little closer to the top than it is to the bottom. Okay, so let's put something on here. We could just put some lace across the bottom. And put a lace pocket. Almost the exact right size. In case you're wondering what that noise is you hear every time I reach up there, I've got a thing that spins around and it's got these different cups on it. And the thing I like about it is you can take each cup out if you want to. Like so. And then just put it back in. It just slides right back in. It's the coolest thing ever. I got it at Temu and I haven't seen it there since. Because I would get one more. Oh, it's sniffling again. Those thick spots off. Burn on my fingers looking kind of nasty. Alright. We can be a little messy if we want, because we're going to cover it. We want to keep as much of the pocket though as we can. Or we could just leave it an acetate pocket. And we would see the whole card when we put the card in. Or all the little ones when we stuff it full of little ones. These are the same flowers as these. We're going to glue this in. And we'll be done with video 1. I know. And put the 2 postcards in there. Where'd the other one go? I mean, they fit. I like that better. The pocket's just too big for those other ones. This one has the flowers too. Too matchy-matchy, huh? Is that what you guys are saying? Oh, and I made a card for the previous page. I still have to glue this in the book, don't we? We could glue a small word on here. I'll take a look at it afterwards. I hope you've enjoyed going through this long video and getting half the book done. I'm going to put my brain together and come up with 4 more pages. I know what I'm going to put on the back. My sleeve keeps getting caught on that. I think it's called raffia. R-A-F-F-I-A. Okay. This goes up like this. This spins down like that and holds that. And then this goes in the book. On this, I made a card that looks just like the paper. It was the other half, I think, when it printed out. I think it was the other half of the page because it had the flowers on the top and this one had the flowers on the bottom. And it looks very pretty, I think. And I decided, I looked at a couple of words or whatever, and I decided just to leave it pretty. I'm still trying to figure out why I used white instead of cream. And I think it was white for snow, and there is white in it, so, for the ties. And there's a pocket on this side. So, we'll need to put a card in there. I know there's another bubble in there. No, maybe not. And the spinner goes at the top. Slide the whole thing over. There we go. Sorry, I know part of that's off camera, but it's because this is so long. By pushing down on the brad, it made it tight up against the paper, the little legs that open out. It made that center brad tight against the paper, and that tightens up the, what is that right there? Oh, it's the fuzzy from the stuff on the back side. Okay, so that's that page right there. So far we've done the cover. We've done page 1 and 2, which kind of look very similar. I wish I thought about that. Could have made this 3. And then 3, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then next time we'll do 6 through 10, which is the back cover, and then we'll be done. Okay, so thank you for sticking with me through this longer video. And then tomorrow on Sunday, we'll have the second half of this project, and then you'll be done in just 2 days. It's a little bit longer video, but it's still not that long of a project. And of course, you can go back and decorate any way you want. So, you know, the parts where I'm thinking about what to put on the page and all that, you can kind of just fast forward for 2 minutes, and that'll get you done a little bit quicker. Okay. All right. Well, thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next video tomorrow, and that will be just a second for you if you're watching this on Sunday, and a day for me. Okay. Bye-bye.